Hey, Lisa.
Chuck, I'm here.
I know we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey,
Mhm.
Rosita.
Good morning. I still have this on. I forgot. Good morning.
Morning.
Lisa.
When
Hold on 1 minute, guys. Okay. I think we got it. Where's share screen? I just want to share screen. That's all I want.
So are these people that we can't see going to be polite and show us who they are? Or they
Well, that's our secretary. That's at the community development. That's our IT guy just putting us on YouTube. And this
Okay.
is Rosita.
okay.
Okay, guys, do you see this?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, you need to, hi, everybody. This is going to be a little bit different kind of meeting because it's been so long since last we met, which is the Georgetown Fight Song. Chuck is going to start by just reiterating a conversation that the governor had with all these event planners throughout New Mexico. And then we'll try and move along and figure out a way to do this remotely.
So Friday, the governor sent a message to all event planners. She's not mandating that we cancel events per se, but she's strongly encouraging people to event planners anyway to cancel all mass gatherings. So with that, I want to have a plan B, and our plan B I think should be having it at the golf course. Placing the stage up there, and we can have the music there, and people can spread out. And then we can have the food vendors behind the clubhouse in the parking lot. The parade, we could always go up Grand and through Mills, so that would be easy to spread people out. That I think should be our plan B. But I need to know what you all think. And I don't even know if we have a quorum. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I don't even know. 4. There's 4 of you. So that's the plan B. That's what I would like to have. I mean, of course, we can always plan for the park, but with the governor's kind of encouraging us to do this, what's your feelings?
Is there enough parking around the golf course area to house all the cars?
My thought with that, we'd utilize Second Street, Robinson. We can have police officers on Mills Avenue stopping traffic so people can cross. We can bus people in from around the town. We can have people park at Safeway, bus them into the golf course. People can park at Abe Monta Recreation Center and walk over. They can City Hall. I mean, there's options.
Okay. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good way to proceed. And then also with the application for vendors and entertainers is that from what I've seen on some of the other towns that are doing is, or other venues is on at the back of the application or at the bottom of the application, it states that, you know, all the contract is contingent on the fact that the health mandates don't change. If they change, there's no commitment from the city to pay out the vendor or the performers.
Lisa? I think we lost Lisa. Rosita, what do you think?
I think it'll be okay. I mean, well, like Bright said, is, you know.
Okay, so
So that'll be Plan B that you're talking about, right?
right. I mean, of course, we want to go with public art, but whatever happens with this variant, I don't know. I mean, the governor's made it pretty clear that she's strongly encouraging all mass gatherings to not happen. Of course, I need to take it to the city manager and to mayor and council and see what they think or what they want to do. But for right now, we need to have a plan B. I don't want to cancel Fiestas like we've done in the past. I think we just need to think outside the box and come up with another option that'll work.
Lisa, did you hear Chuck's plan B? Because we lost you for a bit.
Lisa?
I did not actually. My internet cut out.
Okay, so what we're thinking, Governor on Friday sent out a notice to all event planners that she's not ordering us to cancel our events, but she's strongly urging all event planners to cancel any mass gatherings. So I wanted to have a plan B, and my plan B would be having the fiestas on the golf course, having the music from there, people can spread out, have the food vendors behind the clubhouse, bus people in from wherever, from Safeway, they can park there and we can bus them in. Utilize Robertson Football Field, 2nd Street, have police officers blocking traffic on Mills so people can cross safely. I mean, that's just a plan B. I don't want to cancel fiestas, but I'd like to think outside the box on different options. I mean, the other option we could be is we have some host some of the concerts at West Las Vegas Football Field, Robertson Football Field. That's another option. We can have food vendors at West or Robertson and host it there, kind of like a mini carnival type of thing. I mean, we have options. The golf course to me is kind of nice because it's in the middle of town per se, and it's huge. People can spread out. You know, it's an option.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a pretty bigger venue.
Chuck, is parking going to be a problem there at the golf course?
I just said we would utilize Robertson Football Field, 2nd Street, Safeway parking lot. We could bus people in. We can have PD block traffic on Mills so people can cross safely.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear that part. Okay.
Okay, so plan B is basically okay with everybody. Okay. All right.
I think it's best that we do go with the plan B so we don't find ourselves in a situation like we did last year. And again, you know, Chuck took a beating last year, especially from a lot of the new musicians and stuff like that. You know, I don't think it was fair to him, but I think that if we put together a plan B and continue as we're going, then that saves Chuck and the council from, again, you know, taking the beating that you know, just the bashing that he took last year.
Yeah, it's, I don't want to revisit last year, which is why one of the things that I'm suggesting is that once we hammer out plan A and plan B, we run it by the city manager, who can take it to council, because I've had less than wonderful interactions with the council this year and the Lodgers Tax Board, and no one should be put through that ringer. And I don't want us to get to the end of this and they say, no, we want business as usual. I want both of these plans signed off on before we get into the weeds and we start designing what we want to happen.
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay, well, that's great.
And I think we can work on a plan A and plan B simultaneously.
Yes,
And, it works out.
Can I say something?
sure.
Yes.
I agree with that. And I think that, maybe we don't need to tell people the details of plan A and B, but let them know ahead of time, like in the papers, over the radio, that there is another plan. So they're expecting it. And like you said, Dwight, so Chuck doesn't get a beating, from everybody.
There's any reason to get the public involved at this stage, because this whole health thing is turning on a dime daily. So I think there's no reason to get the public involved until late May at the earliest. If at that point, we're gonna know whether it's gonna be plan A or plan B. The more people you involve, we can't even get the Fiesta committee together. The more people you get involved with opinions at this point, this is gonna go nowhere. And I'm sorry, I don't have the patience for that. Democracy works in theory, it doesn't work in practice.
Okay, so we're in agreement. Then I will take that to Leo and have him go up to mayor and council and see if we get their blessing on that.
Well, don't do that yet. The other big piece of this pie, well, there are two. And one is the situation with the Reynas. And Lisa and Rosita, where does that stand? Because you guys are basically that subcommittee.
If we can, I would love to meet with Rosita to get some ideas and kind of start recruiting.
We talked about a few things. I know it's been a few months, but we talked about getting
the last meeting.
Yeah. We talked about getting former queens involved, about sharing dresses. I'm trying to find my notes, which I have so many, I just can't find everything. So I think too with the Reynas, we were talking about changing the ages, making it not going as high as I think 22, making it more, making it a smaller age pool. Rosita, I think you were there at the last meeting that we had. Do you remember any more of what I'm forgetting?
No, I remember you saying that you did want to lower the age as far as from 24 to 22, and then we would start at 17. That was, I remember discussing that, and it was left at that. Right.
Or we thought 17 to 22 or something. I don't know. I think, yeah, anyway.
That's what was discussed. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We talked about checking on what the Santa Fe and Taos Queen candidate incentives were, a travel fund, if they would share outfits, build a line item for the Reynas, ask queens for dresses, former queens into the parade. These are just some of my notes from that last meeting. We talked about a coronation Thursday night. the pageant on the 29th of June, the coronation on the 30th. So I think maybe what would work is if you and Lisa could get together and just kind of brainstorm the whole RENA aspect of the fiestas. If we end up with Plan B, do we cancel it again? I don't know the answer to that, but I think we need to be in a position to go forward with it.
So you're asking if we do Plan B, we might not do the Fiesta Queens, in other words.
I think we have to plan for the Queens because that whole component of fiestas, I think we realized from the last couple of conversations, needs to be refined.
We can't have fiestas without the entrega, and then without the entrega of the queen and the mass. That's the whole nucleus of the fiesta.
Yeah, but we didn't have it last year.
Right, that's why last year was a fiestacita. It wasn't really a, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I just think that we talked last year about refining it, and then we had to just leave it by the wayside. So I think
Nancy, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with Chuck, and I agree with you. We do need to have the mass. We need to have the entrega of the queens and all that.
right.
We're going to have to plan it a little different. If
Right.
you want to have it on Plan B, it's going to be a little totally different than what it is right now.
There's no reason why it can't be an outdoor mass. There's no reason why the mass can't take place at the either in the parking lot across. Well, it wouldn't be. The mass could take place outdoors in the plaza, or it could take place at the golf course.
Yeah, they have that big balcony in the back of the restaurant. That would be a place to do it. Yes, ma'am.
That could happen because the music wouldn't. If the music is there, it wouldn't be setting up on the 30th or the 29th. I mean, I think we have to look at this whole event as being an outdoor event in larger sites.
Lisa,
So-
what do you think?
I think that's a good idea. I think we definitely need to try and still do it if we do have to resort to Plan B.
Nancy, could Lisa and like you said a while ago, maybe Lisa and I need to sit down together one afternoon and just go over everything as far as what happens throughout the fiestas from the beginning.
What all we
with the-
need,
with the pageant and everything, and then present it to you guys and see how you want to do it with Plan B and Plan A, both.
Yes, I think that's exactly what needs to happen, because if you look at this piece of paper talks about subcommittees, and what we're trying to do, or the thought behind it, is so that everybody isn't everybody else's planning committee. The whole Fiesta committee will sign off and discuss things, but the whole committee can't get into the weeds for every aspect of it. So if you look at that, the queens are Lisa and Rosita, and then we talked about the parade being chaired by Rosita with Monica. Dwight, you would basically be the music guru. We would put Dawn in the information booth because basically she's usually not available for these meetings. So she's kind of a day of person. And then there are various other things on here. So we did come up with these subcommittees, because if you look at that paper, really a significant part of the nuts and bolts of this, the logistics, is all about the city. And we don't really need to get into the city. We're more about the music, the queens, the parade, and basically, I'm sorry?
So if you look at the yellow, that's the stuff that I do, and the red, those are mine. The kind of the orange one is what all of you all would be taking over, like the theme, the Fiesta schedule, the parade judges, the staffing, the Fiesta Queen, the Fiesta committee float, the poster, the information booth, the veteran ceremony, the reinas, the fishing derby, scholarships if we do that, the ideas or Lincoln and Carnegie Park, the poster, the merchandise, and the rodeo.
The Fiesta run and the derby, we decided were the rec center's responsibility, so that's not the committee.
Right, so those will be moved to the city. They'll go to the rec. I've already spoken with Stephen, and he's totally in line with that. The rodeo, we won't be having a rodeo.
Right, because somebody else is having a rodeo.
The museum.
In theory, yeah.
So basically, the subcommittee and the orange are yours.
Anybody have any questions about that or concerns about that?
My issue is that we're such a small board. We need help. We need either subcommittees. You all have to get your own subcommittees, or we recruit more people to the board. I need help. So that's my idea.
Chuck, I know you were concerned, and so is Nancy on Dawn. She'll help us with whatever. It's just that it seems like every time we have a meeting, she's got something at the state hospital, but you can count on her, like Nancy said, on a one-day thing. So, and then her daughter will help too. So we're okay there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to make it so people who are interested in helping can help, whether they can make a meeting or not. So that's why, putting together the information booth is something Dawn can do on her own time, recruiting, people to help, and then she can be there, for those days and not have to worry about feeling guilty or concerned that she keeps missing a meeting. And I think what Chuck and I are going to do is, we haven't met since November. We're going to gather all this information together that we've been talking about, that we talked about in November, and we will put together a packet for everybody. So everybody has it in front of them in black and white instead of, just trying to take notes as we do this.
Chuck, you had asked Emilia Rivera to be on your Fiesta committee. Did you ever call her?
Yes. I haven't heard anything from her.
Okay, I have a class with her now at 10 o'clock. I'll let her know and let her know what's going on. And then that way, see if she's still going to commit. I think she still wants to be involved, though. Okay?
Okay.
And what about Monica?
Oh, Monica Villa, yeah.
Chuck, maybe, I think, what is it, next Wednesday that you'll be back at the radio station?
Yes.
Maybe we can talk a little bit about, maybe just say that we're looking for maybe 3-4 members to join the Fiesta committee and ask them to submit letters of interest.
Okay.
Good
Yeah, and
idea,
I can
Blake.
do that tomorrow. And we can have them send it to you, Chuck, right?
Yeah.
Do we have to go through the city council for this or what?
No.
I don't know.
We have to get the blessing of the mayor.
Okay, all right, so it's a mayor thing, okay. All right, so, Dwight, you can mention it. You can mention it tomorrow as well.
Okay.
Fun. Okay. Okay, Chuck, did you talk to Ms. Waros
About the
about the tours?
Yes, she's her own thing.
Okay, that's good. That's good. The other big piece, I guess this doesn't matter if it's Plan A or Plan B, because even if this is Plan B, there will be a Jumbotron and audio. Was everybody involved in the conversation we had about oral histories? I think that's the last in-person meeting we may have had.
Yeah.
And I guess we need to decide if there is a budget for that, Chuck, and if we should go forward with that.
I think that's something we need to put in the in the whole plan, and then take it to Leo and then to Mayor Trujillo.
Okay, because there is a city employee who can do this. And I'm just blanking out right now. He works at the museum.
Cabrini?
Huh?
Cabrini?
No. It's the guy. I'm drawing an absolute blank. Anyway, he has done it for Highlands in the past, and the good thing is he's a city employee, and I think the budget is something like $13,000 when I spoke with Lauren Adario at Highlands. They have done this in the past at Highlands. And so we also have somebody who can help us write a proposal if it needs to go out of the city or if it can just stay within the city. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I do have to run. I'm at work and they need me up front.
Okay.
So, but Rosita, I will call you. That way we can find a time to meet. Hopefully soon, if we can this week.
Okay. Does anybody have anything they want to put on the agenda for the next meeting? We'll let you know when that is.
Okay.
We can plan that right now if you guys have time.
Well, I think Lisa needs to run, so we'll just confirm
I'll
it.
look out for the email.
Okay,
Okay.
Lisa, I'll wait for you to call me, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Lisa?
Chuck, is there anything that we need to discuss that I need to stay on? Or can I go to class?
You can go to class, Rosita, because you and Lisa pretty much know what you're up
The
to.
parade, that's not hard for us to figure out on the parade. That's an easy thing
Right.
because we can always work on that later.
Okay, all right, that works.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you.
Okay, one other thing, is 1 o'clock better for everybody? That's when we used to meet, after lunch.
You mean as far as the meetings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice after lunch. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll go forward with an afternoon meeting. Okay.
Okay.
I have your certificates. Need to get them to you guys.
Dwight, Rosita, you can go. We're just gonna ask Dwight if he has any thoughts or questions, and then we'll adjourn and
Okay. Well, if you need me or anything, Chuck, give me a call. Nancy,
Okay.
same thing.
I like that.
okay.
Those are nice.
Thank you, Rosita. I can do target practice with that. Dwight, what do you think? I'm burning in hell in every religion, so it doesn't matter to me. Any thoughts, Dwight?
I think we're on the right track. Like I said, I think just looking at the applications for vendors and for entertainers, we just need to get that clause in there. And I'll talk to the gentleman that was telling me about it, about the contracts that they're having to sign for a lot of the venues right now, and that there. So I'll ask him to send me
Copies? Yeah. Because we also have to say in the application, this actual site may vary as well at the last minute. So that's another contingency. Dwight, you froze.
I think we lost him.
Yeah. I think so.
Angie, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. So I think at this point we need just to end the meeting, and you and I need to get this together.
All right. So, well, Angie, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Yes.
Okay, I second. All right. We will get back to everybody with the date and time of the next meeting. It will be in February at some point. And maybe we'll start with 2. Okay. Thanks, everybody.